Hello friends, it's Hyde over here, and today we're gonna do a sword. We're gonna start modeling a sword, and the purpose of this video is not to do a high poly model, but to learn all the Blender hotkeys that will make your life 1,000 times better. So let's start. We're gonna start with making a new scene, and we hit Control N, and then we do General. Let's not save that one, and here we go. First of all, we're going to start by learning how to pan, how to rotate, how to zoom in the interface, which is Blender. We have all these keys over here available for you, but if you want a shortcut, a simple way to rotate is with your middle mouse button, and you rotate like this. And if you want to zoom, you can hit Control and your middle mouse button again, and you hit Control, zoom. There you go. And then if you want to pan, just to get like best angle possible for you to work, you hit Shift and your middle mouse button. So yeah, it's that simple, and let's get started. So first of all, let's delete the default cube over here, because yeah, we can't do anything with you. We hit delete, and we're gonna delete the light too, and for that I'm just hitting X and then delete, and hit X on my keyboard and delete. By hitting X on my keyboard, I have a completely empty scene. We're gonna add an object. To add an object, we can go over here to the top corner of the screen, or we could just simply push Shift A. We go to mesh, and we are gonna start with a cylinder. A cylinder is a little bit better for the type of thing we're gonna do, and we're trying to do a sword, and we're gonna click here in this tab, and we're gonna hit, instead of 32, we're gonna get it 6. It gives us a kind of basey shape for our sword. Gonna hit it, and if I don't want my mesh to be like in the middle of the grid, and I want to like have a better angle of this, we're gonna do something to grab an object. We hit G, and we can bring it up. We can move it along the grid lines, the axes, and we can do so by hitting Z for the Z axis, which is, it brings it up and down. In this case, this is what I want to do. But if I hit G again and I want to move it on the X axis, hit X and we move it on the X axis. If I right click, I undo the change, and if I hit G again and try to move it on the green line, which is the Y axis, I hit Y, and then I'm moving in the Y axis. I'll right click again because I don't want it. I want to be in the middle. So we start with this. Those are really cool tools that can be used when moving. They also work when you want to scale something. So if I want to scale this and I hit S on my keyboard, I'm going to start scaling like proportionate, like everything's scaling. But if I want to scale to the want to make it longer, I'm gonna hit Y and make you longer. And then if I want to do so again to alter my shape, I hit S again and hit X and make this a little bit thicker. And then I don't want that to be like that tall, so let's do Y, JK, Z, and let's make you smaller. There you go. Now we have a cool base to start with. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. The keys I just gave you, and there you go. Now we have that. So now we have an object, right? And for the object, we're gonna start modeling as of right now. And we're gonna change our tabs into, instead of layout, we're gonna do modeling. And now you see it went into my vertex mode. And to a quick way to raffle through my vertex mode, the edge mode, and the face mode is going from 1 is your vertex mode, 2 is your edge mode, and 3 is your face mode. So I can raffle through them and use them the way I see convenient. And now, like, I can stretch this to see everything I need, but we're gonna learn the short keys to all of these so we can get better results in our modeling, and it's gonna be way easier to model. So let's start. I'm gonna start by panning over here. What was that? Grabbing our face, and we're gonna zoom in, rotate. Okay, so we can start by extruding our face, and for that we're gonna hit extrude and then extrude. There you go. And I hit on my keyboard the letter E for extrude. So it's kind of simple in that sense. And I intruded in. Now I have like a little tiny border over there. That's just the sign wise. And if I want to like intrude, or that's not the word, inset is the word, which is this button over here. And you probably guessed it, and is I in my keyboard, and I'm intruding over there. If I go closer, I can actually alter my shape. If I scale my face and I hit like X and make it a little bit bigger, and then I hit S again and make it a little bit rounder. So I can do that, and then so starting from over here again, we're gonna extrude that face. Hit it on E on our keyboard, and go. And then we're gonna scale it down so we get a like cool little handle. We're gonna do extrude, right click, then we're gonna inset out, and then we're gonna extrude. Extrude, and we're gonna scale that out. I'm gonna pan a little bit. I'm gonna extrude again to get this like type design. Again, and we see like getting like really cool results. And then after that, right here, we're gonna inset. I'm gonna scale that face, not smaller, but we're gonna scale it in y-axis. I want to make you a little more roundish type of ball. Zoom in. Roundish type ball, so let's try this. S in the keyboard and Y to make it smaller, to make a little sphere. And we're gonna extrude. Go, and then we extrude again. And make this one scale down this time. And then finally make one more extrude. And then resize it again, scale it down. Now we have this pointy like design at the end of the sword. So yeah, our sword is kind of looking good. I like it. Over here, I'm going to show you some options of the shader of your modeling, because I had to model before showing you guys this, but I can actually add shadows, and from my Studio Lighting I'm gonna change my studio lighting to a matte cap, and there you go. You can see like better outline of the whole model and how it's going and how we will proceed in our outline. And now after that, I'm gonna show you you can enable cavity, and cavity just gives you like a better like result of what you're looking at and how it's like taking form and everything. And finally, we're gonna do and hit shadow, which gives it like another level of boldness. It looks really like different and cool. I don't know, that's probably just me. Now we're gonna make the blade of our sword, and first we're gonna start by hitting I again on our keyboard. This smaller, not that small, and then I'm gonna hit extrude up to get like this little thing. Now I'm gonna hit extrude, making another face, and then I'm gonna insert it, and I want this to be longer, so I'll hit S again, and S on the y-axis, longer, and S on the x-axis, thinner. So now it's a blade. Gonna here, so you can see how long we want our blade. Hit E on our keyboard and extrude. That's a really long blade, but it actually looks really cool. And over here, we're gonna hit extrude one more time, and then we're gonna hit S and get closer. Sorry if I'm being kind of like repetitive. I'm just trying to make you guys remember the hotkeys on the keyboard. So we have that, and we're gonna hit S to scale down and zoom in to see the point. And as of right now, I would poke someone and that wouldn't hurt because it's not pointy. So to do that, we're gonna merge the vertices, and that's a really cool like feature that Blender has, and we can do so by hitting 2 on the 1 on the keyboard and hitting Alt M. Again, sorry, I hit Control and we hit Alt M, and we hit at the center, and it's a really pointy sword now. Now we have a cool sword. Let's go back. Now, let's see. Let's continue seeing our object. And as of right now, I'm gonna hit 3 again. As of right now, I feel like the blade is too thick. It would be too heavy for me to carry that thing. So let's do something. Let's scale this down. And if I do that, as you see, Blender only selects the things that you select. That's the opposite in Maya. Maya selects even the things that you don't even see. But now what we're gonna do to select stuff, you can drag and hit shift, and I'm gonna start selecting everything, and everything adds up. It adds up. But also, to do something a little quicker, I can show you how to do this. You can go, instead of using the solid mode, you can do Control C on your keyboard, and you can go from like wireframe to material preview, rendered, wireframe. So we can go to wireframe, and I can be like this, and it selects everything. That's an advantage for us. Really cool. Now, if I hit Z again, I can go to solid, everything's selected, and I'm gonna hit S in the keyboard. Oh. yeah, that happened. Because why? Because I hit S and I didn't hit anything else. So we're gonna hit S on the keyboard and trying to make it thinner, so let's hit X on our keyboard again. And I think that's thin enough. Yeah. Actually, S and then X and not just a little bit. There you go. And come over here. And if I wanted to model with my vertices, not selected those vertices, this one, and I wanted to scale. I just scale up my y-axis. Let's make like a really cartoonish sword that would kill probably nobody, but that's fine. And you have a really cartoonish sword, and we can raffle through the faces. And now that we have that, I'm gonna go back to object mode, and a quicker way than going from just hitting tab and all that, I can hit Control Tab. That gives me this like panel, and for that I can go like object mode, sculpt mode, which I think it's really cool, and I can do Control Tab again and go to edit mode, or Control Tab and I can do texture paint, and that's actually super cool. And we can go to edit mode again, and let's go to faces, and here we see face again. And we're gonna go over here, and let's say I wanted to add another little detail over here, and for that, here I'm gonna go to edges, and that's 2 on my keyboard, and do Control R, and that makes a ring, which makes it like, it's like the connect one in Maya, but making a ring, I can place it wherever I want, and that's actually like a really cool tool. I hit Control R to make those rings. That, and I did 3. I'm gonna select the whole loop, so I do Alt and select the whole loop. This was a better example. So we do that, and if I wanted to extrude, I can only extrude up and down, because I'm just selecting faces from not an open space. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna scale. So if I want to extrude and scale this little part on the normals, I hit extrude just to make a, okay, select it again, and I hit Alt select again to select the whole loop, and I'm gonna hit extrude, shift, right click, so it goes to the same position, and we're gonna scale it in the normal, and it's Alt S, and we start scaling to make this cool little design over here. I'm making like our super high poly sword more interesting and appealing. Actually, I'm gonna scale that down and back. And now we're gonna use the bevel. You look beveling. Now come in here and make this a lot better. Raffle through our faces and go into edge mode, and then yet again Alt select, and we select the whole loop. And if I want to select also the loop in the bottom, I do Alt and click, but we hit shift. Now we're gonna hit Control B and bevel this thing up. That looks cool, but we're gonna come to the corner over here and add more segments so it doesn't poke my hand. There we go. Let's put the Control tab. Let's go to object mode and let's see how our thing is going. Let's go. This is a quite interesting sword. It looks actually pretty cool. And let's see. Let's go here. That's it. Again, Control tab to get this menu. And I don't even have to click it. I just go over there and it gives me the mode. And I hit over here. Click. Alt click to make it all. Control V to bevel. Do that, and then let's do it. Now we're going to continue. I'll go back to my object mode. Okay. Object mode. That's a really cool sword. Now, if I want to move my sword up so I can see it a lot better, I can do G and grab it and move out. Up. Remember, tell you your sword and see it. Position over here. It's pretty cool. Without the guides, without the grids, inspect our sword. And you can bring it back over here. And now to finish it up, we're gonna add a little like gem type thing. Also, my handle, it seems like a little too tight, so let's fix that before we finish the video. And we go Control Tab, Edit Mode. Go wireframe. If I hit Z, wireframe, select all of this, and shift all of that too. It selects front and back, and then we're gonna scale that x-axis a little thinner, just so my hand doesn't get tired when I'm fighting with the sword. And yeah, I'm gonna go back solid mode. Object mode, see it, let's see it, it's pretty cool. Now let's actually add a gemstone over here, and we can do that by Shift A, do mesh. We're gonna use this Ico sphere, I'm gonna do G, we're gonna do Z, so it's right in the center. And then we're gonna do G again, X. And then we're gonna scale you down. Closer. G, X. That's cool. And let's go back to nothing, and nothing, and that's our final result. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit and weren't too tired of me repeating all the keyboard stuff. Hopefully you guys like it, and let's go fight with our swords and protect our medieval houses.